so in chapter 4.4, we're going to do measurement again in a circuit. We've covered measurement quite a bit up to this point, so most of this will be review, but it doesn't hurt to review. And then we'll see two principles of measurement that we use in circuits, or are important to know about. So the principle of implicit measurement and the principle of deferred measurement. So those will be the new things today. Let me remind you that this symbol means measure. In the computational basis, so we use the projective measurement operators 0, 0, and 1, 1. Let's just review our third postulate to get some context and understand what this means. It won't hurt to review this. So postulate 3 says that a measurement is defined by a collection of measurement operators, m sub m, such that the sum over m, dagger, is equal to identity. The probability of getting outcome little m in a state psi, always with respect to a state psi, is given by this equation, psi dagger psi. And then the state after obtaining measurement outcome m, psi, will get projected or collapse, or however you want to say it, psi over the square roots of this probability of getting outcome m. Okay, so this was the standard third postulate. We also had projective measurements as a special case. So I'll remind you of projective measurements. This is where dagger is equal to and they are also orthogonal. Prime is equal to the Kronecker delta, delta prime times m. So this allows us to simplify the state update rule, the probability rule. The product of dagger will be just It's a projector, Hermitian projector, so it squares to itself. And in this case, we often use PM for And then the state update rule will be the same one. Is equal to PM, so projector applied to the state psi, and then renormalized. The last thing that we had was, so this is the case for projective measurements, we had POVMs as well. So let's recap POVMs. In this case, we had any operators E sub m that sum to identity, any operators EM that sum to identity and are non-negative. So EM greater than or equal to 0, sum over m, EM equal to identity. In this case, we had just the relationship to the original third postulate was that EM was the product, dagger, m. So in the measurement probability rule, you just have the POVM element, E sub m, in here. And then for the state update rule, you might need to take a square root of the operator EM to get the to apply to the state. And we know that we could do that because each EM is a positive operator. The last case that we covered was for just an observable. Remember that an observable was a Hermitian operator, so dagger being equal to m. And I'll just remind you of the two rules or equations in this case that we covered. The expected value of this observable, which we'll use these notations equivalently, is equal to just the inner product, psi, psi. And then we also wrote down the rule for the standard deviation. The standard deviation squared, delta squared of m is equal to the expected value of m squared minus the expected value of m quantity squared. Okay, so sort of quick rapid fire recap of measurements in quantum mechanics. Again, memorize the simplest, the least amount of information that you need to. So if you have just the third postulate, you're good. Then just remember projective measurements, special case with measurement operators being projectors. POVMs, you think of the product as the POVM, in general, any set of positive operators which sum to identity. And then observables, Hermitian operators, remember the expectation value, and the standard deviation. So we saw before that even though we assume only this projective measurement in a particular basis, what we call the computational basis, even though that's the only measurement that we allow ourselves to do in circuits, that's not limiting in any case. We saw that we could do, for example, an x-basis measurement, which you'll see indicated in various ways. So this would mean measure in the x-basis instead of in the computational basis. So the measurement operators in this case would be the eigenvectors corresponding to Pauli x. So plus plus and minus minus are our projective measurement operators in this case, a Hadamard basis measurement or an x-basis measurement. And we argued that this was equivalent to first doing a Hadamard gate and then doing a computational basis measurement. So this is just a reminder that this assumption is not limiting at all for us. We're able to achieve any basis measurement, projective basis measurement, by means of a computational basis measurement and then suitable diagonalizing matrix implemented before. Whatever that diagonalizing matrix is, which takes you from the computational basis to the basis that you want to measure in, you just do its inverse before the measurement. Hadamard is self-inverse, so we could write it as Hadamard or Hadamard dagger.